What it do, y'all? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that R.O.D podcast. I am your host, Junes, the NBIC. And today we're going to dive deep into a critical issue affecting many families, the absence of fathers in the home. Yes, let's go.
Did you know that children growing up without fathers are 4 times more likely to experience poverty? Father absence in families is a crisis affecting our community. Let's talk about why this matters and how we can change it.
But before we get started, let me give a quick shout out to our sponsors. For all your YouTube needs, check out TubeBuddy and get 10% off with our link. TubeBuddy, sign up and get 10% off. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, waiting for, man? Get involved. Support the movement. It's your brother, man. You understand? The absence of fathers in homes is a pressing issue with a far-reaching consequence for families and societies at large. This phenomenon is linked to a variety of social challenges, and its impact can be observed across the different areas of life. And I broke it down to 6 things. 6 things we're gonna dive into.
So number 1 on the list, we have emotional instability in children. One of the most profound effects of father absence and emotional instability experiences by children. The presence of a father figure is critical for providing emotional support and stability. Children without a father often face increase in emotional turmoil, which can manifest as anxiety, depression, and difficulty in managing emotions. The lack of paternal role models can contribute to feelings of abandonment, insecurity, further exacerbating emotional instability. Now, this is what you guys are witnessing in today's young men. Today's young men don't know how to challenge their emotions. In fact, not only do they not know how to challenge their emotions, they have become extra emotional. So emotional that they are presenting or creating zesty behaviors. This is why you see a high rise of zesty men. The reason is because of the father not being there and teaching them how to challenge and how to handle things from a high testosterone point of view. Now this, feminine estrogen on high, testosterone on low type of time. You understand? Now, let's do number 2. Poor academic performance. Academic performance is another area significantly impacted by the absence of fathers. Researchers indicate that children from fathers absent households tend to struggle academically. The involvement of fathers in their children's education is vital for academic success. Fathers often provide encouragement, help with homework, and model positive attitudes towards education. Without this support, children may experience decreased motivation and lower academic achievements, leading to poorer educational outcomes, which is also true. I can say for myself, when my father was alive, I flourished in school. My father passed away, school became secondary. It was no longer primary, because you knew you had to come home with good grades because your father didn't play that. But when you lose your father, whether he's around or he passed away or he just departed, when the male presence is no longer there, it's very hard for you to focus and find the importance of education. And I say this all the time. I say this to my children. I said, if your grandfather was alive, your father's life would not be what it is. Not saying my life is bad. I appreciate everything that came along with it. But I would have been further ahead when it comes to, finances and just understanding the world for what it is. I would have been a top scholar, especially with the knowledge that I have, the brain that I had. I would have been a top scholar. I probably would have been a doctor, got my PhD in something. Probably would have, because I know how I was prior to my father being alive and after he passed away. Okay, so that is number 2. Let's dive into number 3. Higher rate of poverty. The economic impact of father's absence is substantial. Single-parent families, particularly those led by mothers, are more likely to face financial hardship. Fathers often contribute significantly to the household income, and their absence can result in a high risk of poverty. This economic strain can limit access to essential resources and opportunities, perpetuating a cycle of financial instability, reducing the overall quality of life. Family. Now, this is a fact. I wouldn't say this is a fact, because if you see today's society, a lot of our women are fully dependent on the government, and ones that's fully dependent on the government, you see how these children churn out. A lot of these children are unstable, and because of the poverty and the lack of food, the lack of support, the lack of finances, children do what? They impose themselves outside. They rob, they steal. Some people even kill instead, because we're living in a society where material is being promoted 24 hours, 7 days a week. The average person don't even get a chance to be a child, because by the time a child is 5 years old, he's learning about Jordans, and mothers is buying their children Pradas and focusing on material things, which cause a child to be envious. As the child says, you know what, I want this too. You understand? Very important. And that's just number 3. Let's go to number 4, which leads to number 4, should I say, the increased risk of criminal involvement. The risk of criminal involvement is notably higher amongst youth who grew up without father figures. The absence of a paternal presence can lead to a lack of supervision and guidance, increasing the likelihood of engaging in delinquent behavior. Fathers often play a critical role in setting boundaries and providing discipline, which helps steer children away from criminal activities. Without these influences, young people may be more susceptible to negative peer influence and criminal behavior. This is facts. Today's children, because there's no dad in the house to restore order, to enforce, to be the enforcer, right? Which probably leads to mother having to work 2-3 jobs, which means that a child is now in a impoverished level, but then around peers and friends who got all the latest gears, games, you name it, they claim it. So a child that's coming from that type of environment tend to do foolishness in order to be amongst the crowd, right? Because to be a fatherless, to be raised by a mother, to be poor and broke, that's like the worst thing you will want to be in the hood, right? Some people don't really want that, and you're gonna do the necessary things to achieve the things that society promotes, right? Society promotes the sneakers, the Jordans, like I said, the Pradas, right? The cars, the women. The women is not looking for no broke man. A young man is not trying to present himself as a broke one. So what they do, they rob, they steal, they scam, they do all the foolishness, which leads them to get tied up into this criminal lifestyle. Some end up in jail, others end up dead. This is how the game goes. This is the importance of having a father in the household, right? Let us continue. Number 5, substance abuse. Substance abuse is another significant issue linked to father's absence. Adolescents without a father figure are at a greater risk of turning to drugs or alcohol as a coping mechanism for the emotional and psychological gap left by the absent parent. The absence of a father can contribute to a sense of instability and unmet needs, which can drive some youth to seek solace into substance use as a way to manage their distress, which is true. I speak for myself, I speak for my peers, I speak for my friends, I speak to family members. The ones that have both parties tend to be more prone to not wanting to touch such objects. The ones that don't have both stability, 9 out of 10 times, they go down that path. I went past. Brothers went down, saying, and shout out to my son, because my son didn't go down that path because he has both parents. Father's fully involved, mother's fully involved. He took charge and he just didn't want to participate. Right? Don't drink, don't do none of that. So that's a beautiful thing. Reality, all jokes aside, yeah, 9 out of 10 times your child will end up being alcoholic or a snort or a pill pop. A substance abuse problem will come along a child raised without both parents. Father's not around. That's how the clowns come through the town. No, last but not least, people, the breaking down of the family unit. Finally, the absence of a father contributes to the breakdowns of a family unit. The traditional family structure, which typically includes both parents providing a balance of environment for raising children. When fathers are absent, it can disrupt family dynamics and weaken the overall stability of the household. This breakdown can affect not only the intimate family members, but also the broader community, leading to social challenges and the reduced community cohesion. Okay, this is facts, and you seeing it going on right now. Now, there's no protection for these children. There's no protection for these women, and these evil, whether it's the system or just flat out wicked people, are praying. They are lurking. They're all in your space now. They're all in your community. You thinking they jogging and running. They're doing all of that and they watching. It's 3:15, girl. What's it gonna be? He just got her eyes on me. They lurking, and it's only going to get worse. Why? Because they know that the stronghold of a family unit has been broken. They broke it through slavery. We put it back together through the civil wars and, you know what I'm saying, the civil rights. We put these things back to order, but now they've managed to break it again. You know how they was managed to break that? That's another topic for another time. But it's been broken, and it's time for us to restore this for the sake of these children, because your child will be affected by everything I just mentioned. And the way that this world is going, your child will end up in a box, whether it's in the ground or it's in another town. They will be in a box. So if you want what's best for your child, I advise men, women, and children to take heed to what's being said right now on this broadcast. You understand? Only the facts is gonna set us free, people. You understand? Let us continue. Yeah. Well, welcome back. Quick reminder, guys. If you're looking for some great music to enhance your content, check out Epic Sound. Epic Sounds is something that I've used. I've been using Epic Sound for over a year now. Phenomenal work. They always got some good beats. You don't have to worry about the copyrights and all of that fugazi. The music is fire. You can get it all from sound effects all the way to music with choruses. But overall, it's a good investment. It's not costly. Click the link, subscribe. Last but not least, send a donation. Donate to this movement. Donate to the cause. We trying to establish this podcast and take it to new inventors. You know, we want to interview more people and sit down with the best of them, right? We will be the #1 podcast on the face. This is facts. We will be, but I can't get there. We can't get there without each other. There's no me without you, and I hope there's no you without me. So without further ado, let us continue. One of the most powerful insights into the importance of father's involvement came from a story I recently came across. A young man raised without his father shared how his entire life was filled with anger and confusion, consistently searching for answers to why his father wasn't there. This void led him down a dark path of substance abuse, run-ins with the law, but something changed when he became a father himself. He made a commitment to be present in his child's life in his way his father wasn't. He realized that his absence would repeat the cycle of pain and emotional instability. This story highlights the truth that is resonated with so many. A father's presence has the power to break generational cycles. It's not just about providing financially or enforcing rules. It's about being there emotionally, creating a sense of security, and showing children, especially young boys, that they have value. A father's presence can shape a child's view of themselves and the place in this world. Understand, we are very needed in these children's lives, especially these young boys. We have to be there 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's not about finances. It's about being there, knowing that a child knows that the father always has his back, no matter the circumstances. I remember my son coming out of school, and some of these children try to rob him. Now, when you see my son is not, he doesn't pose a threat, right? He's just like the average day, modern New York City, young, beautiful skin man, right? And they test him. And I always told my son what to do in circumstances. So when the situation occurred, he held himself down. It was like 4-on-1. They tried to rob him. They didn't take nothing. They broke his glasses. And he caught a cut on the side of his hands. But he held himself down. But when he called his father, he told his dad what happened. He came to the house. We went right back over there. Because you know me. You're not about to just get away with stuff. But my son seen his father in a different light. He seen that his father was always going to be there to protect him. Whether it's an army of us or it's just the two of us. But he knew that his dad was always there for him. And not only does it bring a high level of confidence, it's also a high level of respect and honor, because a child's gonna look and say, yo, that's my dad. My dad held me down. That's the biggest role that we supposed to be playing. It's allowing a young black boy to feel comfortable within himself, confident within himself, never have self-doubt and confusion, because he knows that his dad is there to protect him any means necessary. Understand? Oh man, that was a beautiful time, man. And shout out to my son too. Shout out to my son for holding it down. I'm saying, I was shocked. You know what I mean? But, all praise. In conclusion, guys, in summary, the absence of a father in homes profoundly impacts emotional stability, academic performance, economic stability, and can increase the risk of criminal behavior and substance abuse. Addressing father's absence is critical for strengthening families and breaking cycles of instability. By recognizing and tackling these issues, we can enhance the well-being of children and build stronger and more resilient communities. Fathers are essential to the fabric of a family life, and their involvement is key to the nourishing of a healthier society. Yes. With that being said, people, we want to hear from you. Please share your thoughts on the impact of fathers' involvement in the comments below. If you found this discussion insightful, check out our other videos on related topics to dive deeper into issues affecting our communities. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay up to date with our latest contents. Thank you, and remember, you must free your mind or you're going to get left behind. It's the brother, you understand? One.